Dana White responds to the Conor McGregor boxing match. Paige Vanzant joins a new promotion. And Guida is released from the UFC. That and so many more headlines. Let's dive into it. Dana White finally gives an update on the Conor McGregor, Logan Paul rumored fight in India. Obviously, there's that whole headline that he was not going to return to the octagon. He was offered $500 million to fight Logan Paul in India. Then there's rumors about him fighting KSI.
Dude, once they mentioned that it's going to be KSI and not Logan Paul, it's like, oh, this is fake.
$500 million is insane. I mean, I would do a lot of things for $500 million. That's for damn sure. So I don't blame Conor for entertaining this. But here's what Dana White said. No, 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 no.
Oh, wow. 5 no's. Oh, 4 no's.
4 no's. That's an emphatic no. He said, hopefully Conor McGregor returns this fall. So he completely shuts down all rumors of this fight in India.
Why fall? Conor could return now.
Yeah. He could, dude. I mean, did you see him playing soccer the other day? He was looking like he was in good shape.
It's not like the UFC booked any other fights like past February. So I don't know why he wants Conor to return in the fall. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Yeah. Dana White probably just being cautious, but I mean, he got offered $500 million, so $250 to Logan, $250 to Conor, by the richest family in India. You guys have probably heard about this family.
I think Dana said no. Because he's not getting that $250 mil. That's a lot of money. That's more money than anyone has ever made in the history of combat sports. Which is why I kind of doubt it, dude. $250 mil for just showing up? I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't heard anything of this actually coming into fruition, so I think I believe Dana in this one, man.
Good. I'm not trying to see this fight, bro.
Hell no.
All right, next up, guys. Paige Vanzant, you guys all know her, you guys all love her, is returning to MMA, but not in the UFC. She's joining the GFL. GFL, if you guys have been keeping up, is this new fight promotion that's popped up that's literally picking up every single fighter with any sort of following. Ex-UFC fighters, ex-champions, however old they may be. They may be 50, they may be 60. They don't care. If you have a following and if people know who you are, they're gonna pick you up in a contract. Paige Vanzant obviously has a massive following. She hasn't done MMA in a long time, but they don't care about that. Paige Vanzant said, they're picking up anybody and everybody who has a name in the sport that's a free agent. They offered me a contract and I said yes. Paige has been everywhere. She's been in bare knuckle fighting. She's been boxing. She's been in power slap. She's been in a plethora of places online. And now in the GFL, I mean, I'm sure they're offering her a bag.
Paige Vanzant, obviously a friend of the channel. We got to interview her a few months ago for a power slap fight. Go check out that video if you haven't already. We're happy for Paige, man.
What do you think about the GFL? It seems like there's a lot of names. I mean, Tyron Woodley signing up. No elite caliber fighter is in the GFL. It's like all just nostalgic fighters.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're doing sort of a draft pick situation. They're like creating teams.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna turn out like Bellator. I mean, we've seen a lot of these promotions that have signed old UFC fighters past their prime. It never works out, unfortunately. I mean, they also just signed Yoel Romero. The dude's like 48 years old.
Yeah.
It's insane. They're signing all these fighters that are in their 40s. To be honest with you, man, I really don't think this is gonna go anywhere. But initially, they're gonna get a lot of hype. I think it's going to start out really strong.
I don't think he's going to go far, but I'm excited for these matchups anyways. You know, it's good for the fans. If they can put together a couple legendary fights, I'd be down for that.
Oh, yeah. Next up, Guida, after 19 years with the UFC, has been dropped. Yeah, Guida, obviously a legend, fought the likes of Nate Diaz, Rafael Dos Anjos, Takanori Gomi, BJ Penn, obviously a legend of the game. I mean, iconic Tarzan-looking hair, burping in the octagon. He's a fan favorite, but over his past 7 fights, he's gone only 2-5, not in his prime anymore. UFC roster tracker on Twitter was the first to report this. Guida exits the UFC with the 4th most bouts in UFC history throughout his 19-year career and the 5th most time spent in the octagon. Obviously an absolute legend of the game, the definition of longevity.
The UFC held on to Guida as a journeyman. You know, he has a name. He's an exciting fighter. The dude's been consistently losing since 2011. He hasn't had 2 wins together since 2017, so it was a long time coming. Age was catching up to him. It's time to retire a legend.
Yeah, one hell of a career for Guida. Wishing him all the best. See him in the next promotion. Hopefully in the GFL, maybe?
In the GFL, probably. Next up, Conor McGregor and the Miami Heat are getting sued over the alleged incident that happened in 2023. A 49-year-old woman who's identified as a resident of Miami has filed a lawsuit against Conor McGregor and the Miami Heat. McGregor allegedly assaulted the victim in a bathroom during the NBA Finals game around 2 years ago. No criminal charges were ever filed against McGregor. Now the alleged victim is seeking a lawsuit and damages for past and future medical treatment, compensatory damages, costs, retaining the rights to seek punitive damages as well. So Conor McGregor's been through it all. He's been through a similar lawsuit just this past year.
I mean, he's racking them up. I mean, the dude averages like 1 or 2 lawsuits per year, starting off 2025 with another one here. We've all seen the video. We've all seen Conor McGregor punching the mascot during the Miami Heat game. It was highly publicized.
In the case that happened recently, McGregor was able to skate by with no criminal charges. This one, the lawyer has said, after a thorough investigation at the time, the state attorney concluded that there was no case to pursue. Almost 2 years and at least 3 lawyers later, the plaintiff has a new false story. We're confident that this case too will be dismissed. You know, obviously Conor's legal team is very confident that she's just going for a money grab here.
Finally, the UFC is seeking a $1 billion media rights deal in 2025. The UFC has been under contract with ESPN under a $450 million a year contract with them so far. Dana White is reportedly seeking a $1 billion plus deal here in 2025. ESPN has exclusive rights to the UFC up until April 15th of this year. And then afterwards, they'll be able to negotiate with other networks, other broadcasters to be able to get this new deal. What are your reactions here so far?
Their relationship with ESPN is really good. I think that Conor McGregor is not fighting because this deal is going down. I think they're delaying his fight. They're kind of holding that as a bargaining chip to these broadcasters. Like, hey, a McGregor fight's coming up. That's a guaranteed bag. That's a guaranteed X amount of viewers. Hopefully they don't go with Netflix, dude.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think Dana White is absolutely holding on to McGregor until the later part of 2025, which, speaking of Netflix, earlier this year, Netflix inked a 10-year, $5 billion deal with the WWE. I think Dana White is looking for something similar. A list of other networks that are bidding for UFC's business here: Amazon, Netflix, Warner Bros, YouTube, and obviously ESPN. A lot of big names in the mix here.
Dana's gonna get the Billy, no matter what. Dana's getting
so.
that bag.
I think so, man. He will no matter what.
As always, if you guys made it till the end of this video, please hit that like button and subscribe.
We'll be back tomorrow with more headlines for you all. Till then, peace.